Right, now that I got that going, I'm just going to go ahead and hit it with some of this sauce. Mmm. Pretty darn good. I turn the pan on a little bit. A nice little char. Let's go. Put the rest of them in. Yo, what's happening, everybody? What up? Just cooking some spam and rice. For those of you that are into that, cool. Welcome on in. I'm just hungry. Got a little hungry. Sorry for the fan noise. I gotta get it before it gets smoky in here. If you ever want a simple, low budget, well, depends on what rice you get, but it doesn't matter. Steamed rice is steamed rice. But the sauce that you want is this bad boy. I'm pretty sure you guys all seen this from everybody. It's called the Japanese barbecue sauce, the original. The red one's really good because you can buy a big one, and it's good with like spam. If you can't do the musubi, you can just do the spam and just do the sauce like right down the middle once, you know, on each slice. Flip it around, you know, make sure you marinate it. Marinate it. That's pretty good. What I do is I do one side of the spam first and let it get like crispy, you know, nice good sear on it, so it's nice and crispy, and you flip it over. Then you can do the sauce if you want to while the other side's cooking, or you can wait for the other side to get crispy. But welcome in, everybody. How are you? Got a real simple meal going. Feel free to drop something in chat. We're all good. Definitely make sure you guys say hi. Trying to say hi. Okay, maybe not. Okay. Yo, what's going on? Welcome in. My name's Ninjerky, and I've been actually a live streamer for 9 years now, since 2016. As of May of this year, so it's been 9 years. Pretty cool. I do apologize for the fan. Make it low so it's not so loud, but I need to do it because I'm cooking the cooks. Here, see it? I want to. But yeah, welcome in. That's pretty much it. Just I got the rice cooking in the rice cooker, steam rice cooking in the rice cooker. Always, you know, clean the rice as clean as you can get it. 3, maybe 4 times. Get as much of the white cloud, the milky white cloud out as you can. Then do it up to a knuckle, your first knuckle here, and then in your big knuckle on your finger, and then you should be good with your white steamed rice. And then any veggies that you want, you just slice. You do the slice and a half. You know, you do the slice like a nice. It's crispy. But then you do when you sear both sides, then you can put the sauce on the second side. Once you put, you can flip it over one more time, or you can just throw the sauce in the pan and let it do its thing. All you need is one nice, like, since it pours out in the strip, little nozzle, just one strip down the middle of each one if you want to make it easy. Right, and that's done. Welcome on in. Hello, Crystal. And it's going to be a little smoky, you can feel. So I do that. The reason why I do that is when the pan's hot and the sauce is still like kind of searing on it, and then you don't put it under cold. You just do warm to hot if you can, whatever you can tolerate. You would use them, and it would basically sizzle the rest of the fluid off or the juice, and you can kind of go over it with. It's another way to season it if you want to season your pan that way, for me. But it's just mainly to clean it, and it's easy to come off. Just make sure you get all of the pan that you need. How's everybody doing? A little bit of elbow grease. Pan is clean. What are some of your favorite go-to meals? Anybody in chat? You feel like sharing that would be awesome. Like when you get hungry and you're like, man, I don't want to. Obviously, everything's closed. If you have something at home, what is your go-to meal? Crystal, I am making the good old-fashioned spam and steamed rice. And I'm using this right here, the Japanese barbecue sauce, the original Japanese barbecue sauce. This stuff is awesome. You can buy like the big, what's the size? The 34 ounce. This is the big boy 34 ounce. It also comes in like, I think a 12 and a 16. But something simple. I'm not a fancy guy or nothing like. Well, I mean, I can be, but tonight is not like I'm not cooking anything fancy. It's more of a just cooking something because I'm hungry. Because I didn't really eat all day. Shame on me. But this stuff is really good with meats, and it's also good with vegetables too. And it's got some really pretty straightforward ingredients in it. So yeah, it's real simple. It's like it's actually this stuff is not bad if obviously if you know it's just brown sugar and a little bit of soy sauce for the musubi sauce, and then some people do it with mayo, you know what I mean, the spicy mayo, which is just mayonnaise and sriracha. Yo, Josh. What's up, Joshua? Just waiting for the rice now. Dude, this sauce is everywhere. You can get it at Costco, you can get it at Walmart, you can get it pretty much almost everywhere. That's like a I think even Aldi's carries it too. Like Aldi's will carry the smaller version, at least. If you have a grocery outlet in your area, I recommend grocery outlet too. Um, so grocery outlet is basically like if things don't move on the shelf on the major produce stores or shopping stores, whatever, the grocery stores, they get it like a week or 2 weeks, and for like nothing. So like this right here, Olay. I know like there's been a lot of talk about this company. Obviously, it's an oat milk if you're not into dairy, but it's unsweetened. This is the vanilla one, dude. This thing was $2.99, and it's the 64 fluid. It's the 64 ounces, the fluid ounces. So I'll go there and I'll pick up a couple because like I use it for coffee, use it for making shakes or whatever or whatnot. But yeah, like it's called grocery outlet. So go through there. They usually have stuff in there. They always got a good array of like foods and discount food. It's just discount. It's just super discounted. So stuff that you would pay like that right there, the Olay, Otley. I don't know. It's like $6-7, right, for one of those cartons, and you can buy technically three of them, almost four of them, right, at $2 a piece. That's pretty dope. I don't need a lot. I just need a couple, just one for the coffee. Or I usually take one or two. Hey, and thanks for subscribing too, Crystal. I appreciate that. And yeah, it's got some cool finds in there too. There's always some good stuff in there, and sometimes like um, I don't. I'm more of a budget. I guess I'm more of a budget person. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna pretend that I'm some kind of like fancy rich person. I'm not. I'm below the food chain, man, and that's all right. Like it's just how sometimes that's just how it is, you know. What are some of your favorite? What is your go-to like foods? I did do Destiny a little bit ago, and then I went outside to go see the fireworks, and then I came back in. It should be up on my videos past broadcast. It'll show, and it was only for like maybe 2-3 hours. I was working on my Titan bonk build, and then played a little bit of Hunter, the moth build with the Hunter, and then I did a little bit of then I did Warlock. Yeah, yeah. Happy Independence Day. Don't forget, man. Gotta make sure this didn't touch the meat or the juice. The juice. But that's okay. I can always wash it too. So yeah. So everybody in chat, what are if you want to sound off, you're more than welcome to chime in. I do talk to people in chat. Um, my live is just set to follow like subscribers. So all you gotta do is subscribe, follow basically, subscribe, and then you can chat if you want to. I just do it because I need a little bit of commitment too. Just all I ask is don't be a jerk. Pretty simple meal. Like it could be like if you cook your rice ahead of time, I got one that's does the quick cook. That's pretty much done. So let's split it up. Always a fan of the big bowl. This is a little trick for some of you that are like, oh man, the rice sticks to the paddle. Obviously this one has like the bounce on it, if you can see it. But just some cold water. Enough to cover up the spoon. And it acts like a lube for the rice. So it's just water and this, so that way you can just, every time you scoop, you go with one, and then you don't have to have water on it, just dip it in the water. And it just, for whatever reason, the rice won't stick to it. Or shouldn't stick to it. And another pro tip for those of you out there with rice, probably you already know if you got a rice cooker. After anytime you're done cooking rice, especially right when it finishes, um, you want to be able to like toss the rice and flip it over from the bottom to the top, and then leave the hood open for maybe a couple minutes to let it air out. You want to break up all the rice and then kind of you can put it into a ball if you want to, but after you initially you want to get down underneath and just kind of flip it over if you can, like one half at a time or a section at a time, and just be able to break up the rice and then get it to flip on the top, because you want what's cooking from the bottom to be on top to air. And what happens is when it airs, when it sits in the air or outside for a while, it actually kind of like, instead of being mushy, it kind of hardens a little bit, but not like too much. If you leave it out for too long, it'll harden. And also another tip with this too, since a lot of people like it's been a big debate. I'm not a doctor. I am not a nutritionist in any way. I'm just going off of what my nutritionist said to me and my doctor has said to me about rice, steamed rice. Yes, it has you have to eat a lot in order for it to really affect you, but it's also the amount you eat. You can eat 1 cup of rice and still be fine. But one of the tricks of the trade is, if you're not gonna eat rice the day of, and you cook a day, like cook the rice the day before, get a container, get it, let it cool down, put it in the container, put it in the refrigerator, and apparently what happens is overnight in the cold, like it solidifies back, and all the like bad carbs and stuff inside of rice, there's some left, but it literally like makes it go away, and then you can reheat the rice up back any way you want to, and it won't have those negative carbs in them or whatever you want to call it. So I would like look that up. So, obviously don't leave the rice out on the counter overnight. Put it in the refrigerator, and then that's pretty much that. So let's dress this bad boy up. And then I always recommend, I didn't have any veggies. Shame on me. I got to go get some tomorrow. But you can do an egg. You can do Spam egg and rice. You can do, it tastes so good. And this is kind of what it looks like. So you have the steamed rice, then you have the Spam right here. So that's pretty much, see the steam off the steamed rice? And I only do like, 4 or 5 pieces, and then the other, I need to learn to cook rice better looking. It doesn't come out like yours. You know what the trick is when you're washing it, use cold water. Heat makes like heat kind of activates the rice grain. So cold water, rinse it 3, maybe 4 times. The trick that I do is you like clean you keep cleaning the rice. You just make a fist, you kind of do like, like you're tapping your fingers, but like roll the rice in your palm in the water, and just keep doing it until it gets super, super, super milky. And once it gets super, super milky, what I'll do is then I'll get the cold water in the sink, whatever, turn it on, and then I'll angle the bowl out a little bit where the water, just let the water do the work. It takes a little bit longer, but what happens is the water that's coming in from the faucet or wherever the source is going in, and it's pushing everything out. Just don't, spill it too much where the rice falls out of the pot, but just let the water push the starch out. And then you can do it one more time, you know what I mean? And then get it. So you want to get it, it doesn't have to be absolutely clear, it could have a little bit, but then you do your big knuckle. This is my finger, not my middle finger. Of your pointy finger, you fill the water all the way up to where you put your finger, like make sure the rice is even as possible inside of the bowl that you're cooking in. And then you just straight down, and the water line, it could be in the middle of the knuckle or just underneath the knuckle, and then that's it. And then let it cook. The trick is, like I was talking about, after the rice is cooked, like it finished right now, to not eat it right out. Like you gotta like open up the rice cooker, let it air, let the steam get out because it's still cooking, and then you got to get the paddle right, and then you got to make sure you flip the rice from the bottom like over top, and then you break up the rice, and you basically like you're mixing all of it after you flip it, and then you put it in, and then you let it air out for like a couple minutes, because what's happening, the cooling process is what makes the rice a little bit more like sturdy, if you will. That's anywhere between 2 to 3 cups, 2 to 3 cups. But to be really honest, it's like, yeah, most bags of rice come with this already. And then the other part of it is too, the rice that I'm using, it's called Calrose rice. Calro, or Calrose, yeah. Calrose rice, like Calrose rice. And it could be any, it doesn't have to be the Botan one. There's like multiple ones. As long as it's Calrose rice, California rice or Calrose rice, because if you see it, they're a short grain, they're a short fat grain rice. They're like short and fat. It's like people say it's like the sushi. It's like the rice they use for sushi. So it could be two, it could be three. It doesn't really matter. Well, it does. It depends on your rice cooker too, how many you can take. But two is like the average, for one bowl for each person kind of a thing. Or you can have a bowl, leave a bowl for another day. But yeah, it's not bad, right? And see, like the more I leave it out, it kind of hardens up a little bit, and it doesn't like it can harden to a point where it's like almost like a rock. If you leave it out long enough, it dries out. But so don't leave it out. I mean, obviously leave it open when you're first done with it. Like I said, you fold the rice from the bottom to the top because you want to stop the cooking from the bottom and put the top over it. And then you want to break up the rice and then kind of put it in. You almost want to try to put it into like a ball and then let it air out for like, 3 minutes tops, or until desired, the tenderness of how you want the rice. That's the trick. Is it the aerating of the rice? People just open it up and cook and just throw it in and like start eating it right away. It's like there's like actually you can um, there's a technique. The Japanese rice cooker. It's called the Zojiroshi. Zojiroshi, Jiroshi. Or, um, believe it or not, the like Walmart, like the real cheapy small one that's like $20, that you just push the button down, and it has the top, and because it should have a cup, and it should be like a 2 to 3 cup rice cooker. Real. It shouldn't be more than $20, $15 even, 15, $20. It's a little white one. I think you've seen them. Like it's white and it's got the little yellow light or the orange light in there, and then just all you do is basically you have the pot. You clean the pot out. That's for your rice, and then once you put it in, and all you got to do is put the lid on and hit the button down, and then when it's done, it'll pop up. It'll go ding. It'll make a dinging noise. That's the easiest one to get, the cheapest one to get, one to have in your house. I've seen all kinds of people do crazy stuff with that, like uh, put rice in it and then put a freaking egg on top of it, so you have egg and rice. Can you spell it for a Japanese rice cooker? Maybe Amazon sells. Yeah. Here, let me do this. This is what it looks like. Let me flip it. Mew. It's got the cute little elephant on it. And then what you want to do is you can use it like the menu. You want to do it on quick. Quick is the quickest. You know, if you're gonna do it overnight, you can do that too. But it can cook long grain, gobble brown, white rice. You know, sushi rice, steel cut oatmeal. Like, it's a pretty cool little dealio. I'm trying to get it to zoom in, but yeah, no worries. You're good. Whee! All right, we're back. Sorry, I'm not all like. It's weird not being like normally like get together. Yeah, hell yeah. And it's like that's the one you can go like you can even look on YouTube I think and like cool ways to use your jiroshi and like people like will do like bento flakes, you know the what's it called? This right here. This stuff right here, the furikai furikai furikake. This stuff, it's Japanese multi-purpose seasoning, but it's like sesame seed, it's white sesame seed, black sesame seeds, black seaweed, salt, kelp powder, and if you're not allergic to sesame or anything, and then it's got this big old hole. So be careful. It's got a big old, but you can sit there and sprinkle it on the rice for garnish. So what people will do is they'll do the rice cooker, steam rice, right? Like after you clean it, you throw it in there. You put a healthy amount of stuff, this in it, crack an egg, drop it in there, put some veggies in there, close it, cook the rice, and then when it opens up, or even meat, you know what I mean? Like beef or whatever, you know what I mean? Ground beef. And then it'll cook everything in the pot. And then it's pretty cool. Like so, you know, you're making your meal in one go versus like having to, you know, prep the veggies. Like, you know, they're still prepping, you know, you want to prep everything, but then you can kind of put everything into like a prep if you want to too. So it's whatever the mind wants to do. You know, so now with those flakes, looks all like yummy now, right? Woo! Yo, what up, Insanity? How are you, man? Yeah, just hungry. I haven't really eaten all day, so take a first bite. Obviously, having a mustache gets in the way. Oh, so good. Oh, it's so good. So good. And then for those of you that don't know, the Japanese mayonnaise is what you want. It's called I think it's called QP pie. Not PewDiePie, but you want to make sure you read the label on the back and it's distributed from Japan. That's the one you want. You want the one that says from Japan, basically, on it. It'll say like distributed from Japan or like it originated or made in Japan, basically, and then distributed in the United States, whatever. That's what you want. Then you got an easy meal. You don't have to do the whole entire can of Spam. Like I said, I do like 4 or 5 pieces, a little bit of rice, and then like once it's all cooling down while I'm eating, then I can put away the steamed rice into a container, preferably one that doesn't sweat a lot. Just and then put it in the refrigerator once it's cooled down. Do the same thing with the Spam. You can cut it up, do whatever you want with it. I mean, when you get seaweed, that's a whole nother thing. You can make little musabi rolls, whatever you want. But yeah, it's pretty chill, pretty straightforward process. Thank you for the advice. I'll try it never. Aw. Well, you don't have to be mean about it. Insanity, you know? I expect a lot more better out of you, dude. Don't be that guy. Or that person. I don't know. And if you guys ever want the best ground fresh garlic paste, sambal oleg, dude. The gold one. There's another one that doesn't have it, and it's got like the white lettering on the plastic. That one's okay. That's in a pinch if you don't have it anywhere else. But this is the one you want. It's got the green top, and it's called sambal oleg. Oleg. This is really good garlic chili paste. It's not like it's not too much. It's like it's a nice. So if you want to add a little spice to something, so the trick with this is with spicy mayo, you use the Japanese mayo, and then people use sriracha, right? That's spicy mayo, but you can use the mayo and put this in it. Now you have the garlic paste. Yeah. And you can put it on the side. I put it over the rice, like putting a little bit over the rice. And there you go. That's how you make spam rice. It's pretty simple. Doesn't cost much. What spam nowadays? It used to be $1 for spam. Now it's like $3-4 now, right? It's kind of okay. And then clean up after yourself. Make sure you clean your pots, your pans, your dishes, everything that you used, so you're ready for tomorrow, for the next day or the next meal. Just good habits to get into or get back into. I've already cleaned the pot, I've already cleaned the pan. So let's do this. Do people eat on does anybody know, do people eat food on YouTube? Like, do they do like a foodie channel? Does anybody know? Does anybody know? Maybe. Okay. Well, there's the like one famous YouTuber, right? She's got like 5 different YouTubes. I forgot her name, but she does like those like murder mysteries, right? Cold case files, and then she's got big because she used to do the bowl of food would be like right in front of the camera like that, and then she would talk about random stuff, not random stuff, but just yeah, I guess it would be random stuff. And she got really big, but she has like the bowl of food like sitting in front. I would just be like, oh man, it looks so good. Mukbang, yeah. and then she would just sit there and eat and have a conversation over a meal, kind of a thing. And I thought that was pretty cool. So, and she got like really big off it. So, and then she's doing like podcasts, right? She's a podcaster now, and she does on YouTube and. Mm. What's crazy is like it's such a it's just awesome. It's just awesome. I know. Just good old steamed rice. You know, it's not too crazy of a meal. You can control your portions. You can add vegetables. Vegetables are always awesome. A great vegetable to pair with this is bok choy. Clean the bok choy really good. You know, cut the bottom off, clean it up really good. You can throw it on a pan. Use like a little bit of the sauce to taste. You know, do it start. You always start off a little, so it may be enough. See what I did there? And then you just add. Then you get to a point where this is comfortable taste, so you're not overdoing it. And if you want to, so with that sauce, you could do, if you're a fan of garlic, you get buy, cloves of garlic, fresh garlic, you know, mince it up. You don't have to mince it up. You can literally smash it, cut it, throw it into the pan, oil, with the oil, let the oil cook until you start smelling the fragrance. Throw in the bok choy, throw a little bit of that sauce on it. You're good to go. Like that's the simplest meal you can make as far as veggies, with the sauce. Or you don't have to do the sauce and just do a little bit of soy sauce, to taste, and then dark and light soy sauce, and you're good. But what I'm gonna do here, ladies and gents, I'm gonna end the stream so I can go eat and watch some. What should I watch? What's good? What's a good show to watch? I have Hulu, Netflix, and Disney. Oh, I also have Big Bang on DVD. I think I got all of them on DVD. Dude, thrift stores are awesome. I found like the complete DVD set of the Big Bang Theory, and it was like $5. The whole complete DVD, like from season 1 to season 13 or 12, whatever. I'm a big fan of Big Bang Theory, and the reason why I'm a big fan of the Big Bang Theory is because it's funny, and it reminds me a lot of how my friends back in the day and when we were younger were like. We were a bunch of D&D, cosplay, Magic the Gathering. We played Vampire the Masquerade. Like we were definitely nerds, like the kids from Stranger Things. You know what I mean? We were like our own little group. We did our own thing. Go to the arcade. Go to the movies. Like that whole era of the '90s and late '90s and 2000s. So it resonates with me a lot more as far as the Big Bang Theory goes. I didn't get into it. I couldn't get into it for some reason. I don't know. But then again, I never really gave it a chance. I watched like the first couple episodes, and then that was like I didn't like hate it or didn't like it or I didn't hate it. You know what I mean? It was just kind of like okay. I hear supposedly Stewart they're gonna work on a show for Stewart, and Stewart's gonna do something with the comic book shop, and then they're gonna make like. So apparently there's talks like that, and then there was I think it was AI generated. Someone did an AI generation of Raj, and it was like the Raj destroys the universe or something like it. It's basically it might be like a movie version, I guess, or like an hour, or you know what I mean, like a 45-minute version, like a long version of Big Bang Theory, and it's Raj getting married finally because he was kind of left out at the very end. So but that's pretty much that. But make sure you guys are following, or make sure you guys are subscribed. It'd be greatly appreciated. Growth is super important. That would be awesome. Yeah, right. It can. It can. The truth is, like, it was just it's the magic, right? Like I was watching it like crazy. I love it because every time I watch it, it just like I said, it brings me back to that nostalgic area, time when I was a kid with my friends, and that's kind of how we used to give each other shit all the time like that. And then we'd have D&D nights, and then we'd have Magic the Gathering nights, and then we'd go to the comic book store. We'd try to go to Comic Con. Like we were just always doing stuff like that. Star Wars would come out, or a sci-fi movie, anything that was like, what I mean, like that geek culture. We were just always all about it. And I miss my friends dearly because a lot of them are no longer here with me today, and a lot of them aren't living within the area that they used to. They all live somewhere else, and it's been really hard to stay in touch with everybody. So people get busy, people grow up, but I miss them a lot, So for those of you that have a circle of friends that do that, and you guys go out to movies and um, just have a fun time as a group and actually support each other as friends and not like try to shit on each other, those are the golden times. Have fun with that. Don't obviously don't put yourself in danger, but like really embrace that and enjoy that moment in time because it may never happen again after you get older. Yeah, Crystal, I appreciate you. Thank you. Thanks for coming in and hanging out. I appreciate that. So cool. I made new friends today. Yeah, I'll be sure because I'm trying to grow and trying to get to the 10,000 mark. I guess when you get to the 10,000 mark, it'd be awesome to have whatever the 100K mark, dude. It'd be so cool to have the little plaque sitting on my face. Something that'd be cool. You know what I mean? The ultimate goal for me here, ladies and gents, is to just be me. My name's Ninjerky. That's my stage name, Ninjerky. I'm a gamer. I'm a live streamer. I've been streaming since 2016, and I have, we all have our stories. So I'll just keep it short and just, this is my only source of being able to interact with people. On top, I can go outside stuff too, but this has been really a great passion of mine since 2016, and I never gave two craps about it. I was like, oh, streamer, I was that guy. And then I started streaming and meeting people and interacting with a lot of people. It's been an absolute pleasure. So don't mind me. This is like behind the scenes after. I don't wear makeup. I don't do filtered stuff. I will do like effects and whatever, you know what I mean, when I'm live streaming. But definitely check out my page. You'll get to know me a little bit there. I don't try to pretend to be anybody that I'm not, and if I am, call me out on it. Shit. I'm just trying to get by and make it. Always just like anybody else. I don't live with parents. They're all passed on. On the other side, grandparents. I really don't have anybody. You guys are it. So, and I'm pretty chill. I am very protective of myself. So if you ever, because the way the internet is, I just had somebody today like on TikTok, oh, what's up, Mr. Miyagi? Oh, dude, bro, you look. And I was like, hey, that's actually not appropriate, and it's probably going to be weird for you because me being Asian, I'm not your racist trope to be throwing that crap around, dude. And he's like, oh well, I go, thing is you might not know, and it's probably okay for you wherever you're at and the other people you talk to, but it's not okay with me. So because I don't know you. You know what I mean? Like, how would you like it if you were at the mall and someone just rolled up on you and just started calling you all these things and it's like, yeah, I'd be probably punch him in the head. And I'm like, well, there you go. Like, so and that's the thing is that it's become okay to make fun of Asian people, and I used to do it too, so I'm guilty of that because I would make fun of myself to take it away from everybody else. So like if we were in a group, I'd be like, oh, with all the Asian jokes, and everybody laugh. Oh, we love that dude. He's so cool. Ninjerky's so cool, man. He's so funny. And it's funny because I was saying what they wanted to say. right? And that was a coping mechanism in a social setting. So I came from an era of being a homeless kid. Um, I don't mind sharing that. Like I was a homeless kid. I used to eat food out of garbage cans and shit. I was like, I would beg for food. You know, I was like 8 years old, 7 years old, and yeah, that's how I survived. And then one day I got into my sister's life by sneaking by sneaking into her boyfriend's car at the time, and he was like, "What the hell, dude? Who's this dude?" Like, just to sleep and just have it someplace safe to be. And yeah, so we everybody has their story, you know, their origin story, right? Nobody's is bigger than anybody else's, and that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm just a survivor. I made it, and we all go through our good times and we go through our bad times. And all I can ever tell anybody is put yourself in the perspective that you will take care of yourself, and when you're doubting yourself, to start saying that I can do this. I need to figure out a way to get through this. What can I do? Don't turn to anger. Do it. You know, don't be a Senator Palpatine weenie. Um, you know, really try to look forward to making progress. You know, progress is really important, and that starts with the littlest things of just telling yourself that you're gonna be okay, even in the worst situation. That just find ways to make it work for you, and because at the end of the day, if you don't, you're just gonna spiral. You know, don't spiral. But love your faces. Got to know a little bit more about me. Dang, Crystal. Dang. But I appreciate you all very much. Thanks for just hanging out with me. Thanks for hanging out with my cooking scenario. I don't do it too much, but um, yeah, I do stream Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I do stream 5 days a week. I stream on YouTube. I stream on TikTok, and I stream on Twitch. I stream on all three platforms at the same time, 5 days a week. And your support matters. You know, come in, hang out, like. You know, simply liking, following. You know, we hear it all the time, right? And we're like, and every time you hear it, like you almost automatically, I don't want to follow that person or subscribe to that person because they asked me. What else were we supposed to do? Like, right? I'm not gonna go subscribe to me, motherfucker. Like, I'm not gonna do that. Like, it's you can't punish people for asking. You know, Reese's. I look forward to your viewer explosion. Just remember, us always, dude. I always do. I always do. I always do, man. The real thing is they don't remember me. Ooh, chew on that. Anyways, guys, thank you so much. Take care of each other. Happy Independence Day. Have a great weekend. And I might be streaming tomorrow. I should be streaming tomorrow. And if I stream back later, it's after I eat. Depends if I pass out from a food coma or not. But I might stream and play some Destiny. I might play some Diablo. I don't know. Sky's the limit. I might just turn on the chat and just hang out. So be good. Have a good night. Bye. Thank you so much for everything, guys. Push this button, that button, this button.